What is up, my bros? It is almost 2020, pretty whack, almost epic new decade time. This is obviously something new that I'm doing this year. I felt like this year we had enough progress, I guess, to warrant this sort of year review, or review of my year, or I don't know, whatever I'm gonna call it, you know. So basically I'm just gonna go over some stuff for the channel for the year, like the stats, the big progress, stuff like, yeah. This isn't going to be so much a comedic video, just more one that I think is interesting, and if you're like, if you're digging this channel, then, you know, I feel like this is something that you might enjoy, so that's sort of why I'm doing it. Sort of fan service, I guess. I don't know. I just made a Google Doc last night with a bunch of stuff that I thought was worth talking about. Okay. So the first category I put was notable progress / accomplishments. So this is, I don't think I need to explain that any further. It's just big sort of milestone type of dealios that happen. So the first biggest one, I'd say, I'm fairly confident, is my use of OBS. That's a recording software that I use. It's free and it's fantastic, and it's way better than my previous one. It actually allows me to record games without messing with their frame rate, like my old capture software did. So that's fantastic for the gameplay footage, which I don't know how much you care about that, but it's most of what I do, so it's great for me, at least. Live streams. Thanks to that software, I can actually do live streams that have a reasonable frame rate. So that's pretty nice, I think. And that's allowed us to do stuff on the channel like the long game streams, which I can just then cut up and put out as episodes, which helps me too. But also it lets you can experience it live and then you can experience it back, basically. Another really cool one, doesn't really affect anything, is a new channel banner and profile picture. For all of the channel's history up until the 50 sub special, I had the same Majora's Mask Google image with the text on it, and after the 50 sub I was like, you know what, we can change this up. So I just the scene in the 50 sub where Zach's like, public execution, what are your final words, and then I'm like, Despacito. I thought that perfectly appropriate for the channel, because that 10-second clip I feel like encapsulates all the IRL videos. I guess I'll put that in now because that was such a great scene and I love it.
No, you! Dang it! Not fair. Now we need public execution. Chop my head off. Any last words? Despacito.
And also the channel banner, I just did a bunch of cool thumbnails that I thought were worth putting in. Some videos that I enjoyed and that did well. So that was a nice aesthetic change. Pokemon Gold highlights. Pokemon Gold has been going on for a while, but, you know, it's like... So before I started doing the highlights, there was just like hour-long episodes, and not many people wanted to watch hour-long episodes. So now the highlights of the live streams, because now I do them live. Thank you, live streams. So the highlights allow people to just like get the summary of what happened, and those are actually pretty entertaining, because believe it or not, over the course of 2 hours, I can say at least 10 minutes of passable humor, you know. Two personal achievements that I felt pretty proud of. One was the 12 Days of Gamere. Obviously that just finished pretty recently, and that took a fair bit of planning, a lot of hoping that stuff would work out with timing and planning stuff with people, but in the end that worked out. That was great. I loved that. And then I'd say the biggest personal accomplishment was that every day over my summer break I posted a video a day. Wait, does that make sense grammatically? Every day over the summer I posted a video a day. I posted a video a day over the entire summer, and that made me feel good, because I was like, I am capable enough to do this. There's drawbacks to doing daily content. A, it's pressure on me, and B, you know, if you miss a few days, then it's hard to keep up, and then maybe you don't want to keep up. But that was more of just an experiment. I don't foresee myself really going to that and sticking with that. But that was one of my things that I felt the best about. So that's all the big accomplishments we have for this year. There might be more that I'm forgetting. You know, for all of these categories, there might be stuff I'm forgetting, so just yell at me in the comments.
Not just so the video can get traction.
I feel like, so if you've subscribed to my channel, then you know that the meat of the channel are the big IRL videos. I don't do a ton of those, but when I do, they're spicy good. They're definitely the most fun part of both recording and, you know, viewing. Editing is a long process, but it's the life I choose. This year we had 5 what I consider to be big videos, which I'm gonna rank at the end of this, just because, you know, why not? Who cares? In chronological order, it was the 30 sub special, which is the Happy Meal unboxing, the last DIY binder video, which is how to conjure your binder, Jacob and Zach play Pokemon Go. I consider it a big video just because it's more than just Pokemon Go, you know. We actually did some fun stuff. The 50 sub special, and of course the most recent one, Beet Juice. So we also did some fun green screen stuff. I just mentioned it because those don't always perform as well as I hope, because I pump a lot of time into those, both recording and editing it and zooming in. It's a lot of work, so I'm just go watch them is what I'm saying. So we had the Cards Against Humanity 1 and 2. We did 2 of those. Second one is definitely better. We got more guesties. It was a fun time. There's the poo pathology test. That's a good one. Instant classic, I dare say. There's the Green Demon Challenge. That one, that was a really fun one to do. That was probably the one that performance-wise let me down most. I feel like it's actually still worth watching, so go do that. And then most recently, the Luigi's Revenge. That was a good one. And that was the first time we actually had Rohan in a video. And yeah, that was the first time we actually had Rohan in a video that wasn't, I guess, the 50 sub special. So obviously, even though the big videos are like the most important part of the channel, the gameplay is what I started the channel for, so it's the biggest part of the channel, you know? So the series that I started this year were the Pokemon Red randomizer, the Majora's Mask randomizer, Mario Party 2, again, because we already did Mario Party series, but this time it's a lot better. Kirby Superstar Ultra, I really liked that one. That was a good one. Link's Awakening randomizer. The very short-lived Final Fantasy green screen videos. All 2 of them. The Minecraft live streams me and Zach did. The second Kuko challenge, which is way better than the first because this time I actually had a capture card and we actually got... it's a good series. The Touchless Mario. The Link's Awakening Switch and Pokemon Shield. The series that I finished this year were the Pokemon Red randomizer on the 2nd episode, the Majora's Mask randomizer, the Mario Party 2, Kirby Superstar Ultra, which again was a very fun one, the Link's Awakening randomizer, the Final Fantasy green screen, because no one was watching those, the Minecraft and the Kuko challenge too. And of course, that brings us to our unfinished series just as a whole. Not just series that I started this year and didn't finish, but series that I just have ongoing. So there's Touchless Mario, Link's Awakening, Pokemon Shield, Link to the Past, which that has been going since the inception of the channel. And that's not one of my favorite Zelda games. In case you don't know, if you've seen any of those videos, and you probably already knew that. And also the Pokemon Gold randomizer, which I feel like there's a good chance I can beat. We'll see how that goes. So now time for the more stats type of stuff. As of Christmas, which is December 25th, 2019, this year my channel has gotten 5.6 thousand views, 281.6 hours of watch time, 55 subs total gained, but I lost 8. So compare the 5.6k views to the 10.2 lifetime views. That's pretty good for 1 year. 286 hours this year versus 389.1 lifetime. 55 subs total with 8 lost versus 91 subs total and 10 lost overall. Obviously, this was a good year. So just a random little thing that I found out is that YouTube can tell me what devices have what watch time or whatever. So I can chop up the views and the watch time by the device that views it. So let's just start with views, I guess. So there were 5 categories. As far as views goes, the worst, number 5, would be game console, which had 106 views, which is 1.6 of this year's views. So that's like people watching on their Xbox or 3DS. Number 4 was TV with 134 views, which makes up 2.3% of the views. So that means some people are watching it very unabashedly, and I respect to them, but also, what are you doing? Just kidding, TV users, I love you. Number 3 was tablet views, which was 397 and 6.8%. I don't really know why YouTube divided tablet from like mobile devices, but it sure did. Number 2 was the computer viewers with 1,117 views, 19.2%, and those people are doing it right. It's obviously the premier way to go. And then of course number 1 is the phone with 4,044 views, and and it makes up 69.6% of the views. Nice. So as far as watch time goes per device, I guess, tablet came in 5th place with 8 hours and 2.6% of the total watch time. Game consoles was 4th with 8.8 hours and 2.9%. So someone was watching me on their GameCube for a long time. TV had 13.6 hours, which is 4.4%. And to be honest, that's pretty impressive. Computer was 2nd with 54.2 hours, so 17.7%. Like a bunch of chads. And then 1st place was phones, unsurprisingly, with 221.2 hours and 72.3% of the total. So I did some maths because I have this big brain, and I did a ratio of 1 view to minutes. So like for every 1 view, blank device got blank minutes. So in 5th place came tablets with 1.2 minutes per view, which is pretty embarrassing considering the next best thing was computer, which is also a letdown because computer squad for life. Computer boys let me down a little bit with 2.91 minutes per view, which is better than tablet, but you see why tablet is so embarrassing now, because 1.21 minutes per view. Yeah. 3rd was phones with 3.28 minutes per view. Then next came game console with 4.98 minutes per view. And then 1st place was TV with 6.09 minutes per view. That's very impressive to me because, like I said, someone's unabashedly watching me on a TV, and they're watching me like proportionately the most. So respect, I guess. I don't know. Who cares? I don't. You don't. We don't. So individual video stats time. So for views, the videos that got the most views just overall this year, 5th place was how to get the hook shot, 68 views. That was a link to the past walkthrough. 4th place was not with that attitude, which was 126 views. That was just a Jack in the Box commercial that me and my brothers found that we like recorded the TV with my phone, and that's all that was. 3rd place was Where'd My Key Go, where I was in the Dark Palace, and I call it a walkthrough, but it's more of a playthrough than anything. That video has a fair amount of dislikes, and it's partially deserved, I feel like, because people are trying to like actually get help, but at the same time it's like, I'm pretty sure I put in the description, this isn't a real walkthrough, go get help. It's not useful. And it got 379 views. It's been getting a lot of views, I think, just because I put the tag Dark Palace in it or something. That was a tough dungeon, so people are probably just looking it up, actually trying to hopefully find help for themselves, and then they're like, oh, no, this is useless. This is worthless. And then they click off after like 5 seconds or something. Number 2 is the DIY Fix Your Binder tutorial with 1,007 views. Obviously, this isn't a real tutorial, but that's what I was going for. My mission was a success. Everything I did was basically a parody of a DIY video, and especially and including the thumbnail. The thumbnail, I guarantee, along with the title, is the reason that I got clicks, because I made it look like a real thumbnail, and people are clicking on it. You call it clickbait, maybe it is a little bit, but that's exactly what I was going for. Exactly what I was going for. And, you know, it basically just tells people to use tape, so maybe that's helpful. Hopefully that's helpful, but I did what I set out to do with that video, and that's been getting consistent views, and I'm very happy with that. And unsurprisingly, the video with the most views, of course, is how to use magic in Zelda 2. That was actually a legitimate tutorial I made because when I was playing Zelda 2, I couldn't figure out how to use magic, so I looked it up on YouTube. Lo and behold, it wasn't there, so I just did a little bit of research, found out, and then recorded and uploaded. And that's been getting a lot of views since its inception. With 1,635 views. That was views for just this year, so including only videos that happened this year. Well, I want to make a disclaimer. I don't know how I feel about counting live streams for views and watch time because, you know, they're obviously a bit different. So basically I got the list in with 5 at least videos, and then all the live streams that were in there I just put in there. So number 8 would be Pokemon Go with 35 views, and that came out on my birthday. Go to that video and wish Jacob a happy belated birthday. 7th was the 30 sub special with 40 views. 6th was the Majora's Mask randomizer stream, which me and Cameron did. That got 45 views. 5th was the 50 sub special, 52 views. More views than subs. Wow, good job, Jacob. Number 4 was the Mario Kart DS live stream, which was my first live stream. I realized that I had the capture card and I could stream, so I was like, what's a game I would want to stream? Mario Kart DS. And then it's fun. I like the game. So it was enjoyable. And I guess it got views. 3rd place was the late night grind to Ender Dragon, the first one, I believe. Unsurprisingly, that got a lot of views, 56. How to Conjure Your Binder got 57, and I feel like there's no way anyone mistakenly clicked on that one. At that point, it was pretty clear that wasn't actually going to help anyone fix their binder or conjure their binder or whatever. 57 views. And of course, the highest grossing views of this year was the Beet Juice video with 59 views. I tried to make that one clickable with all the colors and the arrows and stuff, because that was a good video. We put a lot of time into that. And it's kind of interesting and it's funny, so I felt justified in making it pretty clickable. So as far as watch time goes for this year, this is just this year's performance. Where'd My Key Go got 9.5 hours. That was 6th place. How to Conjure the Binder got 10.2 hours. Beet Juice got 11.9 hours. The Minecraft stream, of course, got 18.3 hours. You know, because it's a stream, so that's why I feel weird about sticking it on a list. How to Fix Your Binder got 22.5 hours, which is pretty good. And this year, my only video to break 24 hours or a full day of watch time was, of course, How to Use Magic in Zelda 2 with 32.3 hours. And again, I feel good about this one because it's actually helping people out, you know, something useful. Wow, I did something beneficial. Woo! For the videos and live streams that were only created this year, Pokemon Go got 4.1 hours. Kirby Superstar Ultra live stream with Zach got 4.2 hours. That was a fun one. We didn't do a lot of anything, but it was cool. The 30 sub special was 6th place with 5.1 hours. Pokemon Showdown livestream was 5.7. That was another fun one. At one point, I was balancing 3 battles at once, so maybe go watch that if you want. I don't know. This video is like, it's interesting, but it's also like, go watch my videos. Number 4 was the 50 sub special with 7.1 hours. Number 3 was How to Conjure Your Binder with 10.2 hours. Number 2 was Beet Juice with 11.9 hours. And then, of course, number 1 was the Late Night Grind to Ender Dragon with 18.3 hours. So that's all the stats that I found worth mentioning. So now, the big videos ranked. Again, those big videos were the, let me scroll back up. The 30 sub special, How to Conjure Your Binder, Jacob and Zach play Pokemon Go, 50 sub special, and Beet Juice. So 5th place was the 30 sub special. Not because it's bad, just because it's not fantastic as far as the IRL videos go. Not bad though. Still worth watching every once in a while. And it's definitely one of the shorter IRL videos, so you know, easy watch. Fourth place was the 50 sub special. That one was really fun to record, but I didn't have very much attachment to it because we recorded it super disjointed because reasons. If we had recorded it all in one day, it probably would have been better. This ranking is just based on my opinion, and my personal feelings about the video are definitely gonna weigh in, as well as how I feel about the video itself. Feelings around the video play in, for sure. So those two choices were the easy ones, and then we got to the hard choices, so I had to think about this one for a good bit. And they're all pretty dang good, and they were very close. Third place, I had to do Jacob and Zach play Pokemon Go, just because it's a really good video. We have good lols. It was fun to edit and stuff. Definitely fun to record, but it has a lot of heart. But as far as video substance goes, it's less than the next two. Second place is the Beet Juice video. This one was, again, these last three were very hard to rank because I enjoyed all of them greatly. And I even enjoyed the first two greatly, but they're just not as good, in my opinion. So I did the Beet Juice video at number 2 because this one, again, was also disjointed, so that hurt it a little bit. But we had a lot of good lols. This one took so long to edit, but I feel like it turned out very nicely as far as production goes. It was pretty long. I don't know how you feel about that. I don't care. It just means more funny, more hee-hee-ha's, you know? But this one, there's a bit more, like, going on because we're actually aiming towards something. Which I do enjoy that in a video, at least to some degree, which is probably the main reason why it came about Pokemon Go, in my opinion. Losing some of my footage definitely hurt the video because we had to re-record some stuff, and when you're replicating, you can sort of tell it's replicated. Not that it's bad, but just that it's not the original spur of the moment stupid stuff that I usually like in my videos. And what I do like about like my IRL videos is that they're not very planned at all, which you can tell by watching, but that gives me some creativity in how the video, I have a point A and a point B. The IRL videos allow me to make whatever path I want. So I really enjoy that aspect of it. And that's why I enjoy a little bit of a story, because it smoothens it out a little bit, but it still keeps the flexibility that I like. The raw, just stupidity. It's great stuff. Me bragging on my own videos for 20 plus minutes. And then of course that means my favorite big IRL video of the year was how to conjure your binder. So my personal connection to this video was, I feel like, the main factor that just pushed it over the edge to first place. So after school, me and the boys just recorded this all in one stint, and then I went home and recorded a little bit of green screen stuff, but that definitely helped it. We made a day out of it, and it was so enjoyable. I loved it. It was a great time. And again, we had a point A and a point B. Didn't know how we were going to get there, but we got to make it up. I wanted to make more of a story-based video just because I was like, you know what, I've already branched out so far from the original DIY binder video that I got to just keep going, you know, keep it fresh. And I feel like it turned out really well. I did some stuff in there like with the story type elements that I felt good about. You know, obviously it's not a great story, but it's a pretty tropey story, I would say. And that's neither here nor there. That allowed for the details in between the big plot points to be, you know, more creatively mine, or, you know, whatever. So that was my favorite video of the year. Also, random memory. I remember waking up at 4 in the morning, having exported it overnight, and I watched over it again just to make sure nothing was wrong, and then I was like, oh my gosh, no, something is wrong. What it was I got copyright struck because in the scene where Aiden attacked us with the axe, I originally had some Star Wars music, that music in it. You can, if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. And that got copyright claimed when I had uploaded it, but before it had gone live. So I was like, oh crud, I gotta fix this. I found other music to replace it, and then I had to re-export it in a flurry. It was pretty intense. I don't remember if it was published at 10 or if I was even doing that at the time, but I got it out the day I wanted it out with some panic. That was good that I got it out. Anyway, so that's the year in review, baby. Next year, what to look forward to? I guess next year I'm gonna want to finish the Pokemon Gold and A Link to the Past, just because that's been going on and that's just on the back burner. I've just got to kick the bucket and finish it up. Also, 2 big videos that are coming. Number 1 is obviously the 100 sub special, which is going to be me shaving my legs, and I don't know exactly what that's going to entail, but again, we have a point A and a point B. Hopefully we get there in a law way, you know. And then I've been keeping this one on the down low, but in mid-October, me and the boys got together and we recorded a big video. It's Fine Jakob. I don't know when the camera died, but it sure did. And that's it, baby. You like and subscribe, because, you know, we gotta get to 100 subs for that video to happen. And I guess thanks for sticking around for this year. It's been a pretty wild ride. We've got it's just all gone uphill, baby. I feel like from here, this year's only gonna go uphill too, I feel like, you know? I legitimately feel like we're gonna go somewhere good. Where that is, I don't know. But I have my end point, which is 100 subs. And here we are now. Pretty close, we can make it. So, until next time, gamers, thanks for watching. Please consider subscribing, and as always, stay safe.
Hello, deleted scenes. I just went to the bathroom and took a massive dump. I feel like I could run a marathon.